Welcome back to California Cooking. Here's what's coming up on today's show. I love watching her on Food Network's The Kitchen. I'm talking to Katie Lee Biegel about being a new mom and her new cookbook, It's Not Complicated. Then I whip up one of Katie's favorite sheet pan dinners. It's so simple and tasty. And I've always been a fan of actor Stanley Tucci, and his food show, Searching for Italy, is absolutely my new guilty pleasure. I'm recreating his favorite zucchini pasta featured in the show. And then finally, I'm making a yummy dish for Easter brunch. It's creamed spinach with eggs on toast. Katie Lee Biegel is on cloud nine after the arrival of her sweet baby girl this past year. And this new mom is all about making things less complicated in the kitchen. I chatted with Katie Lee about family food and her new cookbook. Hi, Katie Lee.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I have to say I'm a huge fan, so it feels like I know you. So it's nice. It's nice to talk to you.
Great to talk to you too.
Okay, I was saying this to you just a second ago. I said, you know, following you on Instagram, all last year you were posting so much stuff during during quarantine, cooking in your kitchen. I said, but your kitchen was blue. It didn't look like it.
Yeah, so that was out in the Hamptons, and now we're back in New York City. I had renovated this apartment, and we had just moved in right before COVID hit, a couple months. So it's nice to be back.
For you, quarantine in 2020, to watch what you were going through on Instagram, being pregnant, being in quarantine, having a baby, during all of that crazy year. Looking back now you've had a few months to take it all in. Baby Iris was born last year. What was that like for you?
Well, I am obsessed with being a mom. I love my kids so much. I knew that I would, but it's just so over the top. I can't believe it. And we're having so much fun. She's 6 months old, and every day is something new. And she started eating, so I'm cooking her food for her, and it's really.
Oh, what a joy. So what was it like being pregnant during a pandemic? I can't imagine.
The positive of being pregnant during a pandemic was that I didn't have to be on my feet. I never had to put makeup on. I got to wear stretchy pants.
Like the rest of us, right?
Yeah, I had a really relaxed pregnancy, and I think maybe that's why my daughter is a really chill kid.
You guys also found a way to keep the kitchen going. You would shoot your segments from wherever everybody was quarantining. How is that?
Yes, so we shot all of the kitchen from home. We did, I want to say, close to 50 episodes from home. And my husband is a TV producer, thank goodness, because I'm not very tech savvy at all.
Yeah. So Ryan, was he your cameraman?
Ryan was my cameraman, sound engineer, lighting director. He did everything.
Oh my gosh.
And he helped with the dishes. So what else could I ask for?
See, you picked a winner. That's the kind of guy you need right there. The new cookbook, it's called It's Not Complicated, which is such a great title, because I also think that's a reason that people who love the Food Network and watch you, I think a big part of what you do is just, it's simple, it's a lot of times it can be Southern, but you also try to make things healthy. So tell me where the idea came for the book.
Well, actually the title of the book, It's Not Complicated, is a nod to my favorite Nancy Meyers film, It's Complicated. So I love the way that I feel when I watch her movies, and I wanted to write recipes that make people feel the same way. Like, there's something very comforting about it, and all of these recipes are really simple and easy, but elegant.
So how did you kind of break down the book? Did you break it down into categories, into your favorites?
Yes, so the book is broken down into cocktails and nibbles. There's salads and soups. We've got entrees, all the sides, lots of yummy vegetable dishes, and desserts and breakfast.
If you could think about the least complicated but best recipe you make, like if you were to rank your recipes in, this is the least complicated one and my favorite, do you know off the top of your head?
I would have to say the roast chicken with croutons. That's one of my favorite recipes in the book. A roast chicken can be intimidating. People think, oh, I've got to do all these different steps to make it right, and I want a juicy chicken. Really, the simpler, the better. And I do mine in an iron skillet. I slice up a baguette, put that on the bottom of the skillet so that acts as the roasting rack. Plus it soaks up all of those yummy chicken juices and it becomes these wonderful toasted croutons. You have that, a green salad and a glass of wine and dinner's done.
Do you remember the first meal you made for your hubby?
It was actually that roast chicken.
Yeah.
Because that made him fall in love.
See what a roast chicken, it's like Ina's engagement chicken. It can can work wonders.
I've also found now cooking as a mom that I'm looking for more recipes that I can get done quickly, that don't have a lot of steps, that I can kind of open the refrigerator and go, what do I have? Let's make it. And we've been really into, I call them cheat sheets. I love a sheet pan supper. I have one in the book for sausage with peppers and onions and polenta. Sounds like a lot going on in there, but it is so easy. And it's one of those things, throw it together and then dinner's done and clean up is a cinch.
And as we hopefully head into spring and summer and we can get together with people more and we can maybe have outdoor gatherings, what are some of the recipes you think people are gonna just love in your book for those moments when families can eat together again?
I'm so excited to see friends and family again and have meals together.
Yeah.
And I think that when you're getting together, it's always important to make a meal that doesn't take too much time.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do it ahead of time, and then you get to spend your time with your friends and family. So in the book, I would say make the hoisin ribs. Those are one of my favorites. Those are a total do ahead of time, put them in the oven, low and slow, and then pull them out. I always like to do a grain salad. Mm-hmm. There's a pesto farro salad with smoked mozzarella, and that one is great to have as a side. And then I like to do a big green salad as well. There's a roasted carrot salad that's great. I think the keys to a really good salad are three things. Okay. Have a dried fruit for something sweet, have a nut or a seed so you get some crunch, and then have a cheese in there so you have that nice dairy creamy moment, especially next to an acidic vinaigrette.
You know what? That's just a lesson in life in general. If you have those three things by your side, you'll make it through, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. Katie, this was so much fun. Congratulations on the new book and the new baby.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Katie. I loved catching up with Katie Lee, and I even got a glimpse of baby Iris, and she is precious. Also coming up, I'm gonna try this sausage pepper sheet pan dinner from her book. Then I'm making Stanley Tucci's favorite pasta dish from his new show, Searching for Italy, and something new to add to your brunch menu this Easter. That's coming up. It's Not Complicated is the name of Katie Lee's cookbook, and one recipe that caught my eye is the cheat sheet sausage, peppers, and onions with polenta. So I gave it a shot. Here's how it turned out. Katie Lee, her cookbook, It's Not Complicated, is full of these quick, kind of easy things you can pull together on a weeknight, and a sheet pan is the easiest thing you can do. And I think it's become all the rage because it really is so easy to cook dinner if you just have your sheet pan and a few ingredients. This, you know, if you've ever been to a fair or an Italian festival, and Katie writes about it in New York, they have these Italian street fairs, and she would get a sausage and pepper sandwich, which are so incredibly delicious. But her twist on this is she adds a little polenta on the sheet pan instead of putting it on like a hoagie roll. I thought that was kind of a fun little twist to sausage and peppers dinner. So, to get us going, any pepper you like, but I'm gonna do red and green. And this is how I do the peppers. I cut in half, pull out the seeds, and then you cut. So you're not kind of fighting with the pepper. The oven's at 450, so this cooks pretty hot. So get that heated up while and the prep on this is crazy fast. You could even put some spicy peppers on here if you like that. That would be a great idea too. Red onion, slice onto the sheet pan. We're done. It's that easy. Okay, sausage and peppers. Get those, you want everything flat so it gets browned. And I got these beautiful spicy Italian sausage links. You could do sweet too, and I also got some chicken ones. So I'm gonna do a mix. Some olive oil on the veg, over the sausage too. You want everything to brown. Garlic powder and salt over the veggies. You don't need to salt the sausages. They're pretty salty. And we're done, you guys. We pop it in the oven, 15 minutes, give it a turn, and then we put the polenta in. Okay, 15 minutes in. It smells so good in the house. So the polenta, and this comes like this, and then I just made slices, and you tuck them in. Find a spot. Oh my goodness, it smells incredible. Let's tuck one over here, one over there. Okay, back in for another 15 minutes. Ooh, our sausage and peppers are out of the oven. Look at this, the char on the veggies. So I think what I would do is I would just make a bed of peppers and onions. You guys, the house smells crazy good. Place our sausages around. A sausage and peppers dinner in no time. It's spicy. The sausage I got the spicy links. Yum. Thanks, Katie Lee. I'm such a fan of a sheet pan dinner. That was so easy and so tasty. Thanks, Katie Lee. All right, coming up, I'm making a pasta inspired by Stanley Tucci's new show. Then I'm making a new brunch item to try on your Easter table. That's coming up next. I recently started watching Stanley Tucci Searching for Italy, and I absolutely love it. I may not be traveling to Italy anytime soon, but I can try to make his favorite zucchini pasta. I don't know if you guys have seen this show yet, Stanley Tucci Searching for Italy, but I've become obsessed. It is so good. Frank Buckley actually told me to watch the show. He's like, you're not gonna believe how good Stanley Tucci makes Italy look when he tastes all these amazing foods and he travels all over the country. He speaks Italian, and it's my favorite show. I love how he shows us Italy, and I've never been. So the one thing that caught my eye though, and apparently a lot of people have tried this, is his zucchini pasta that he said is his favorite pasta dish of all time. All it is, zucchini, spaghetti, some basil, Parmesan, and that was it. And I thought, well, how could that be Stanley Tucci's favorite pasta? But I think it's the simplicity of Italian food that makes it so fantastic. So, got some pasta water boiling, so that's going. I've got a pan over here with some safflower oil. That's what they use on the show, so that's what I'm gonna use. They have safflower oil, and it's called spaghetti alla Nerano. But it's this tiny fishing village in this beautiful town in Italy where he went, and this was the dish that he goes back again and again and again to try, and he makes it at home all the time. And I'm gonna give it a whirl and see how we do. So, the first thing, the main ingredient, of course, zucchini. So I've got my mandolin here. You could cut it by hand, but this is gonna make life so much easier and faster. And I've always adored Stanley Tucci. I just love his movies, and I love him. And now seeing him in this show, it's just so good. Zucchini's done, quick. Over here, we've got our oil. Make sure it's hot. And we're gonna start frying up our zucchini. Okay, so our zucchini's cooking. Water boiling, I'm gonna wait. Now the trick of the recipe, which I'm not gonna do today because I wanna eat it now, is they fried up the zucchini and then they put it in the fridge overnight. And then they heated it up the next day. And I remember Stanley Tucci asking, why is that the method? But this is how the restaurant's been doing it forever. I'm gonna skip that step because I just can't wait. Our zucchini is fried up, and it doesn't necessarily have to get dark, but soft is what you want. And I'm gonna sprinkle some salt. While that cools for a second, we've got our water boiling, and you wanna Generously salt your water. And I've got some spaghetti going in. How many minutes? Al dente, 10. While our pasta's cooking, I've got a pot back here. I'm gonna add our zucchini in to the pot. Low heat. To that, some butter. Maybe a little more. Butter. Okay, and now we wait. Pasta is done, so I'm just taking it directly from the pot into my zucchini. And that's why you cook it even a little under al dente, because I'm gonna cook it for another minute with the zucchini. And I remember them doing this in the episode. Getting everything mixed together. The other thing, take a mug, a little bit of that pasta water in there. Stir until it creates a sauce. Turn the heat off. Bring it over here. And I'm going to add a lot of Parmesan. And then basil. Torn basil went in, remember? And that's it. Easy. You don't ever want to really cook down the fresh basil, so you want it off the heat. Okay, spaghetti alla Norano, or AKA Stanley Tucci's pasta. It's amazing how the fried zucchini became creamy, and there's nothing else in here but basil, zucchini, some Parmesan. Wow. Can't you just picture like sitting across the table from Stanley, glass of wine and some pasta? Or is that just me? That was so simple, just a few ingredients. The frying of the zucchini takes the longest, but I'm telling you, it is delicious. Thank you, Stanley. Now, from pasta to a brunch dish that's perfect for your Easter Sunday. This recipe I've never made before. I happen to love creamed spinach, and I also happen to love shakshuka, which is the tomato-y sauce where you cook the eggs. So what if we did creamed spinach and then did the eggs with some crispy toast? We're starting off with some butter. You kind of make a roux sort of a situation when you make creamed spinach to thicken it up a little bit. So I've got, I think, about a quarter cup of butter. I'm also gonna add a half a chopped shallot. This kind of a dish I think would be great on the weekend. You could serve, 6 people from one frying pan here, so it could serve a little crowd. A little salt, some flour, and this is where we make the roux. This is a little less than a third of a cup. And you wanna cook the flour, meaning you don't wanna taste raw flour. So you wanna get it golden blonde color, your flour. Garlic, I'll do 1 clove. Get some garlic in there. Or you just wanna heat the garlic, but not brown it. Heat goes down, we add the milk. Get a whisk, and then we whisk in our milk. Whole milk. You wanna get all those clumps of flour melted into the milk, and then we're gonna bring it back to a boil. And that's when you'll know how thick it is and if you need to add some more milk. A little nutmeg is always in creamed spinach. 1/4 teaspoon and just a little pop of cayenne, just a tiny bit. Okay, I'm gonna add more milk. It's kind of thick. So a good amount of salt, because we're gonna add a bunch of spinach, cracked pepper. Roux is done in our sauce. Now, sprinkle in some parm, freshly grated, and then the spinach. So I have a huge thing of fresh spinach, and we're just gonna wilt in handfuls at a time and see how we do. So sometimes when I make a dish like this that's heavy on the milk or the cheese, I get a box of stock, and that's another way to loosen things up and to thin it out without adding more milk and cream. So this is just a little bit of veggie stock. While our spinach is cooking, I'm going to toast up some bread. So I have some nice thick slices of sourdough, but you could do any kind of bread. I would do a white bread though. Some olive oil, and I'm gonna put it in the oven under the broiler to get it nice and crispy. Where I thought about this idea with the shakshuka is where you drop the eggs into the tomato sauce. So I'm gonna do the same thing here with the eggs. But this is where it gets a little nerve-wracking because you gotta get all your eggs in there. What you do is you make a little hole, make a space, and you crack your egg. Space covers up quickly, get it in without breaking. Okay, let's make another one. To this, we want to put a little bit of salt on top of each egg, cover with your lid, and let those babies gently cook. So I let the eggs cook very gently with the lid on, and they look like they're done, but they're still jiggly. So what I'm gonna do is sprinkle some more Parmesan on top of the eggs. And because my broiler was on from the toast, I'm gonna just pop it in there and let it get nice and toasty and browned. So here it goes. This was just maybe 60 seconds. Oh yeah. Woohoo! Look at this. Look at how pretty. And your toasts, and so you just put this on the table. Everybody dips their toast in there and yum. It's garlicky and creamed spinachy, and then with that soft egg, yum. I hope you guys try this. If you're a fan of creamed spinach, you're gonna love it. Creamed spinach with baked eggs on toast could be my new favorite brunch dish. If you guys want the recipe, you can check us out on Instagram. Well, that does it for us. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week.